Hello everyone, good afternoon.
Hello.
I think she was doing a really good job as a presider today. Post a Watchmen is today's title. I continually keep thinking on you during the week and even every day, right? Of course, even I don't have opportunity to meet you really often or even to talk with you really often. Especially when I prepare a message for today here, and also when I'm going to visit you and do Darapan with all of you. The way that I prepare the message is always thinking in all of you, and it is with the heart that I really want all of you to receive blessings and answers to your prayer. Of course, I always pray and go before God to receive guidance and talk to you what God really wants to tell you today. With that kind of heart, I always, every week, prepare the message, or even when I just go to visit you and pray for you. It's because I don't have all the desire, but I just really could like to all of you to really enjoy the gospel and be happy because of that. And on that way, I really want to all of you to be witnesses of Christ. This is my prayer topics always when I pray for you. This is why I keep saying always and preaching about the same thing, because I believe this is the only one answer that we can have. This is why I keep saying that if it's not because of Christ, everything will be impossible. This is why I always keep saying we must hold on to Christ. This is why the pulpit message is always continually these days, these weeks, sharing about the same thing. If we don't hold on to the covenant of Christ, everything will be destruction. Even our lives, problems, more and more will come. And we don't have other option just to fail. Why? Because Christ is the answer. It's not just an answer, it's the answer. The reason why Christ is the answer. Christ is the only answer, or the unique answer that God was giving to us to solve our spiritual problem. This is the reason why we must follow to Christ. It's the only way, it's the answer to solve our spiritual problem. All of you are studying or working. I believe that we must study, and also study really hard. This is really important. Especially some of you that you guys came from Africa. It's not easy to come until here from Africa, right? Because the conditions that you have in your country. But that means that you was doing something really well in your country. That's why also you get a scholarship and came until here, right? I believe that all of you are also elite people, and that's why you have the opportunity to come to South Korea also and study. This is really important. We must study really hard. We must do it really well, because also we must have success, right? Even in the world, in the future. Even those of you who are still studying, in the future you will go to a company. You must go also have success. You must earn a lot of money, right? You must also go in the high position in your company. These things are things that it would be good if we have it, right? That we really need it. Also, we have to take care about our friends, our friendships, or our relationship, even our relative people, right? Like family. So these things is something that it would be good if we are doing really well. It is necessary also for us, right? I'm not gonna say because Christ is the only answer, I don't need to study. I just only need to believe in Christ. In one way it's true, but it's not also about that. If I have the secret of Christ with me, the way that I'm studying, the success that I'm looking for, even the money that I'm receiving for, the money that I'm earning, completely is different. Why this is important to know? If I have all of this, that is really important in the world, but I don't know who is really Christ, one day this spiritual problem comes. If you don't have the answer to this spiritual problem, doesn't matter how high you went, or doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how good you did in your past. We can see many famous people, maybe even many intellectual people that they was really intelligent, but also they killed themselves. Famous people, like they was studying really hard, going to good schools, good universities, they was having success, they was also on the TV, they was famous, they was having money, they was working in the really high company, they have many friends, they are really popular, they have thousands, millions of friends following them on Facebook, right? Even that, they don't find an answer. Which kind of answer they couldn't find? The answer to their spiritual problem. Doesn't matter how much I'm doing well here, if I don't have the answer of Christ with me. This is the reason why we believe in Jesus Christ. Not only because this, but because this is a spiritual problem. Christ is the solution that God was giving to us to finish with our spiritual problem. If I have this conclusion to me, then going inside of all these situations, the direction of my life, everything that I do will be different. I'm not just studying, but I'm also studying to share the only answer. If you are living your life with this secret, that Jesus is the Christ, the success that you have is not just a simple success. It's a success that God is giving to you. Why? Because you are the one who have the secret, the answer to this spiritual problem. In other words, God will put you in the high position to what? For what? To share this answer to the spiritual problem to many people. The way that all this is running in your life will be different. Even money, God will give you the economic blessings. He will bless you economically. Why? Because you will have a heart, a blessing, a heart to also give the offering for the word evangelization movement. The movement of setting Jesus as the only answer. This is why, if you want to have Christ as the unique answer for your life, first, there is something that we must understand. We see that this spiritual problem, it comes to the human being, and the Christ is the answer to this spiritual problem. But first, if we want to hold onto Christ as the unique answer for our lives, we must understand why, first, these problems are coming to us. Why problems are coming to the human being. It's really important to us to check, understand, and see how the field is dying. I really pray and bless all of you to have this kind of eyes to see how the field is dying, how the world out there, even in your country, even in your school, the workplace that you're working. You must understand that the problem that the human being are facing is not something new. It's not something from this age. It's not something that is happening now, but it comes from long time ago. That it comes from the beginning, actually. It's really important to understand to us that the problem of the human being, that this spiritual problem, it doesn't come from one situation that we are facing, or one problem that we are facing, or something that was happening last year or this year. It's not that kind of problem. It's the problem that comes from the beginning. The human being becomes separate. This is why God gives us the answer. The woman's offspring will come and will crush the head of the snake. It's the answer that God was giving us to our spiritual problem. The spiritual problem of being separate from God, that go into sin and fall short of the glory of God, and also that go into the devil's work, inside of the devil's work. This is why continually people trust only in the self. Is everything about self-centered. Also, they have been possessed by demons. So this is why God told to Noah, build an ark. Then you will keep your life. It's really important to us to understand this and see this kind of fields. Because the demon wars, the Nephilims, God told to Noah, don't be with them, also build an ark. In other words, hold onto the covenant of Christ as answer. Then you will keep your life. People look for the success without God. People was looking for this kind of a success without God. Is the tower of the Babel Tower. Was looking for this as success without God. They tried to make themselves even idols. They was worshipping other things that is not God. This is the reason why God told to Abraham, leave your country. Leave and left behind all that idols, all that idolatry, all of that culture. In other words, left all the things that was living or success without God. God was restoring always. The covenant was restoring the gospel for one person. I really pray for all of you to become that kind of person. If we want to receive this kind of answers, it's really important to have this kind of eyes. We must be positive. We must be able to see how the field is dying. They are dying without knowing, and they must understand the reason why. Why we are facing this spiritual problem. It's really important to us to understand this. This is why you must become a watchman. It's the title of today, right? Post a watchman. You must understand the reason why God called you, why God give you the answer, why God let you show and understand this. And also, we must be able to see the field. From that moment, we must become a watchman. From that moment, I will be able to be used by God. If I don't really know what is this, and also don't able to see the field dying, it's gonna be really impossible to be used by God. So, which kind of people God use? I'm gonna talk about this. Which kind of people, which kind of watchmen we must stand? We must become. We must become the watchmen who have the content of the gospel. Which kind of watchmen God use? The people that don't just come to church, but also knows what is the gospel. In other words, knows Jesus Christ. God always will use you if you become the people who know the gospel, but also God always use the people who have salvation. Why? People who have been saved. Why? Not for other things, because those who are saved have the life. So God don't do other thing but just life movement. So if we really receive salvation, we must be able to be to give answer that how we receive salvation, right? Even to an unbeliever, how do you receive salvation? We must be able to give that kind of answer. Why God sent Christ? We must be able to have this kind of answer with us. God sent a Christ because He wants to you to study hard, to you to be success. These are blessings that are coming to our lives. But the reason that why God sent Jesus Christ was to give us the solution to our spiritual problem. From that moment, if I'm able to find the solution to my spiritual problem, I will prosper, 100%. Why God sent Jesus Christ? Why I must believe in Jesus Christ? And what is most important, after believing in Jesus Christ, what it changed in me? From death to life. Which kind of people God use? Those who know the gospel, those who have salvation, those who have the eyes to see the field and pray for the field. Which kind of people God use? Those who also understand what is evangelism. In other words, those who know the way of salvation, those who know and have the eyes to see also the disciples for the word evangelization. But don't worry if you still are not able to enjoy this kind of answers. Because there's a conclusion. Philippians 1:6. He said that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. What it means, the work that Jesus began in your life, he will carry on to complete what he started. So even still, I'm not be able to understand this really well and become this kind of watchman. It's okay, just hold on to this word. God will also work through you. This week I went to the first camp training, right? As you know, it's a really basic training about evangelization, about the gospel. From the beginning, they was starting to share the gospel. Even there was even non-believers in there, so even non-believers was able to accept also Jesus Christ into their hearts. In my team, I was with some young people, and they was born inside of church, they was raised inside of church, going to Sunday school and everything, but they don't have really assurance about the gospel. In other words, they didn't understand this really well. So God gave me the blessed meeting with them, so I was able to talk with them a lot. But I was able to see, they are not people who have this really organized in them. Of course, they are child of God, they are saved people, but they don't have that conclusion and the way of salvation. It wasn't organized in their lives. In other words, for 20 years they was attending church, but never they was having the opportunity to share the gospel to anyone. No one through them was led to receive also salvation. This kind of young students I met. I realized this, the fact that we are just inside of this gospel, the fact that we're just inside of this flow, it makes everything. Even still, because my nature, I can enjoy really well this blessing, I can feel how God is just keep working in my life. The only thing that I just give to Him is my heart, as we was singing also before, right? This is why I'm expecting a lot from the MMN retreat. As you know, we are going this Friday and Saturday, right? I'm expecting a lot because it's gonna be, of course, fun. Of course, we will eat something delicious, but it's not just because this. I'm expecting a lot from this retreat in the spiritual way. Why? We will go also before God. We'll have a time where we will praise the Lord. We will have a time that we will be able to receive praise from the message also. I would like you to hold on to two prayer topics for this retreat. And the reason that why we are holding on to the prayer topic is because God will give us the answer, right? So I start to pray for this retreat. Lord, guide me to discover through this retreat that you choose me as your witness. really become this kind of person, witness of Christ, that really through this retreat, that we can confirm that you, God, choose me as your witness. Lord, through this retreat, let me find your absolute goal, your calling, your devotion to save one country, to save my country. To save my country. Hold on to this great topic. That really, God, let me find the absolute goal of God, the absolute devotion, the absolute calling that God, or mission that God is really called me to save my country. For do that, God will praise you as a witness. If you have an answer, it's really easy. It's the only thing that we must do. If we have an answer, it's really easy to give the solution to one problem. The only thing that we must do is just keep this with me. I shared a few minutes ago to someone, if I'm happy, it's really easy to make other people happy. If I'm sad, if I'm inside of depression, it's really difficult to make someone happy, right? Even it's difficult to laugh, right? I think that's the secret. If I'm able to enjoy Jesus Christ continually every day with me, every day, automatically, this life that is inside of me will start to make alive other people also. So I really pray that through this retreat, I will make announcements also later, that really find your answer inside of this. That really God chose me to save my country, and on the way to do that, God will put you in the place of the witnesses. I really pray and bless all of you to receive that kind of answer during this retreat. I will pray. Dear God, thank you for your grace. Thank you because you are always with us. According we was studying today, let us become the watchmen to save the dying field. In the name of Jesus Christ I pray. Amen.
Amen.